Hey everybody, welcome back to the Mobile Mary Show. It is back on Tuesdays at noon, and I'm so happy that you could be there. Here, not there, here in the moment, which is awesome. And that's the great thing about live shows, right? Is that you can answer or ask questions and I can answer them live, which is awesome. And today we're doing something kind of fun. We're actually talking about 5 ways that people waste money building their business. And that seems like, wow, why would I talk about that? Well, because it's an issue, right? If you are letting things kind of dwindle out there, eating up your money without knowing, your business can go out of business. Right? You need to have all your resources handy so you can be the best you can be and show up and be the best version of yourself so you can offer the best things to your clients. I know I'm kind of talking in a circle, but again, if you're interested in 5 ways people waste money building their business, give me a shout out in the comments. I will definitely be putting up your comments here just so you can see it on the screen. And if you have any questions, also I was doing a show with one of my clients a couple hours ago, and someone told me afterwards that they didn't know that by commenting, it actually helps the algorithm show that the show has engagement and that it has viability, and they'll give it more love, algorithmic love. So if you are here, please don't just lurk, say hi. Even if you don't have a question, let me know that you're here so I can feel your love. I really appreciate that. And then if you find this of value, sprinkle it among your friends, which means, share it. But I'm not supposed to say that. So we just love for you too. If this is something that you think is important for people that are maybe fellow business owners would like to know, we would love for you to help make that possible. Okay, so we're going to start right off because I value your time. I want to make sure that I can actually see your challenge or your questions as well. So number one is having way too many VAs doing busy work. Now, I am the first to tell you that a VA is awesome. I have more than one. I think I actually have 4. And each one has a very specific task that they are doing as part of the team. So we communicate with each other, we let each other know what everyone is doing, and then there's no overlap of duties, but everyone has a very specific focus on what they are to do. And if you don't have that, you just like, well, I like my VA and I don't want to let her go. So I just keep paying her every month, even though she's not really doing anything for me. Or you have her doing busy work, which is doing things that really don't bring revenue to your bottom line. So you have to review what each VA is supposed to do. Now, there also might be VAs that have multi-talent, so they could actually do more than one thing for you. Maybe you even only have one VA and there's doing multiple things. So make sure you have a system that allows you to keep track of what activities that your VAs are doing and if they are accomplishing them. One tool I use that is great is called Trello. Trello is kind of like a series of bulletin boards like Pinterest. It allows you to have projects that you can see are being worked on. And then when they're in progress or they need to be moved to a column that tells me it's time for you to take care of something in this process, the VA will move the work in progress to the next step, which means, Mary, you need to look at this and approve it or whatever, and move on. And then I move it back into, okay, I've taken care of that. Now it's time for you to do something. So there's always an open line of communication, and every VA has a very specific job to do and a task, so I'm not wasting money on them. But if you find that you have a VA doing not really doing much, but you're continuing to pay them every month, you need to reevaluate that. And that is one way you can help save money. So the second thing is working with too many experts that are in silos. Now, I'm the first to say you need to have experts that you hire because we're all given gifts, right? We're all given gifts of things that we do well. And there's things that we really don't do well. Right? We need to recognize what we don't do well. And in fact, I just realized that I had my little logo up here and it wasn't showing. And I thought, oh, that's missing. So I'm going to definitely move it up there. Okay, cool. So when you work with too many experts in silos, meaning when I say in a silo, it's kind of visualized out on a farm, a silo that holds grain or, maybe a water, my dad used to design these water stations. There's a word for it. Anyways, But when everyone's working in their own silo, they're not talking to each other. So there might be some overlap, right? So an expert who may be a copywriter, maybe they're writing copy for your emails, but they also can write copy for your website and your social media. But then you've hired someone who does your social media that's already writing your social media content. So now you have two forms of content and you're paying for it, but you're not using one of them. The other issue when somebody's working in a silo is that the messaging isn't consistent. So every Monday I'm sharing on social media different things that our company has an expertise in, and one of them is messaging strategy. So it's very important that your messaging is the same across all platforms. So you're speaking the same language, you're sharing the same, just being clear in what you're saying. So make sure that your emails are consistent. The messaging, I should say, in your emails is consistent with what's on your website, which is consistent with what's on your social media. So when people are looking for you, because you don't know how people are finding your information, right? And everyone has a preference on how they like to get information. So make sure wherever they go, it doesn't have to be the exact same, format, but it should be saying the same thing, right? Your messaging should be clear so you attract the people that you want to work with, right? And it goes back to old lessons I always talk about, being yourself, because you want to attract people that you want to work with, right? And if you are fake or you're too produced or whatever, then you might attract people who would be awkward to work with you. Not that they're awesome, not awesome people, but they aren't a good fit with you. I just realized I have some people over in the live chat. Awesome. Thank you so much. Hi, I'm so glad. By the way, Heather, you called me right as I was going live, so I apologize. I wasn't able to pick up your call. But yeah, isn't Trello awesome? It is phenomenal. So I still haven't been able to turn off this thanks for chiming in thing that Facebook, when they change the pages, it is gone. I have no way to turn this off. So I apologize that my Mary bot is just, being really, really friendly to everyone who's showing this on my screen. So whoever this person is, hi. So probably you don't have your profile picture, but I would love to know who you are. So awesome. Oh, hey, Diane. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you. I appreciate that. So going back, so the second thing is working with too many experts in silos. Now, again, I just want to reiterate again, having experts do the things that you're not good at, or things that you probably could be good at if you took the time to learn them, or if you had paid somebody to teach you how to do it. Well, you're busy. You're really good at what you do. So figure out what that is, right? What is your purpose? What is your highest calling? What magic can you provide? And then delegate everything else. Find experts who can work with you to do the things that you don't really like to do, don't want to do, don't want to learn to do. Hire them to do that. But it's very important that all your experts are on the same page. So there's no overlap and you're not spending money you don't have to. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Very cool. So Diane and I were actually talking about this book, which of course is next to my reading chair, called Redeeming Your Time by Jordan Rayner. And she's such a girl. Diane, you are such a girl of action. I love it. I told her about this book and how amazing it is. She downloaded it on her Kindle right away, and she's been texting me all these aha moments that she's been having. So I love that you've put that into action, Diane. I love it. And the OmniFocus app is something similar to Trello, which allows you to put your projects and things into boards that you can actually move things along and get more stuff done. I love that. Awesome. Okay. So getting back to her, I want to make sure we stay on focus because you guys are busy and I respect your time. So the third thing, way to not, in fact, the title of this, if you're just tuning in, is 5 ways people waste money building their business. Okay. We've already gone through 2. So we're going to get to the third one, making sure I have this. All right. Here's one. Unused subscriptions. How many subscriptions do you have for business or personal that just get charged every single month and you don't even realize it, right? I am so guilty of this. My husband will tell you that I always think, oh, I could use that for something. And then I end up just paying for it and not using it month after month after month, right? Sometimes if you're like me, I buy things like in the beta mode, so it's at the lowest possible rate. So I think that gets me to stick with them because I think if I cancel, then I'm gonna have to pay the higher fee, right? So it keeps me paying for things I might not use all the time. For the 1 or 2 times every couple months that I need it, I have the availability and it's not that expensive. But you have to weigh that, right? When you're in business, you have to weigh what's the cost benefit to the convenience factor, right? And kind of look and see where that takes its toll on your budget. So again, you also might have 15 million live streaming services. We have Hulu and Netflix and Prime Video and Apple Plus and Disney Plus. Like, really? Do we have time to watch all these movies? Even a Peacock? Like, wow, I'm just talking about us personally. So you might have more, you might have less, but we have to kind of take a look at that and see where are we letting the money in our business kind of get dwindled away, right? So we have to be very cognizant of that, which is important. And yeah, it's so true, right? It's so true. And I'm just seriously the worst about it. So I do what I say and not as I do. Yeah, but that's very important, right? That we recognize where our money's going. And you know what? Some of those I totally are justifiable because when I use them, I'm kind of a power user, right? So when I have a project, boom, 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 I use that over and over and over again. I might not use it for a couple months, but it's something low like $27 a month or $14 a month or something. I even have one that's only $7 a month. I justify that all day long because it's something I use when I'm working on a project. So let's kind of take a look at that. Okay, so that was number 3, or was it number 2? That was number 3. All right. Number 4 is, I should have numbered these, is trying to do everything, trying to do all the things yourself so you don't focus on sales or what you do best. So this is another way people waste money, kind of in a little bit of an esoteric way, right? But I think as business owners, especially when we're starting out, we think, well, we'll just do that. And I've been in business for 34 years and I am guilty of this as well. I think I'll just take care of it. You know, I'll just get it done and it'll be easier. But it's not easier because eventually that you can't duplicate yourself, right? So I have a really cool idea for you. So there's a product called Loom, Loom. If somebody wants to write that in the captions, that'd be really helpful. So I think it's called getloom.com, but just put in Loom. And Loom is actually a tool like an on-screen recording service that if you have a task that you over and over and over again, it's just because it's easier if you do it, right? And again, no judgment, no judgment. There's no shame in that game, but open up Loom and record your screen as you're doing a task that you do over and over and over again. And you have a Loom video kind of showing your procedure on how you do that thing because you know how you like it done, right? If you're a control freak like me, hello, I'm guilty. Then you can actually show someone how you like it to be done. You can even talk them through it. You can be on the screen or you don't have to be, but it can pick up your audio and you can tell somebody. And this is how I have shared casts with my VAs. And it is magical because then when you send the Loom video, you can actually see if they've watched it, which is kind of cool. Like, you know, oh, good, they've watched it. Check that off your worried list. But they can make comments on it and everything and go back and forth on that platform. But they can re-watch it a couple times to see, oh, did I do that correctly? And they go back and look at it instead of you taking the time to teach them how to do it over and over and over again. So Loom Video is your friend. It helps you be more efficient. And they have a free version that's awesome. It gives you a limited amount of videos you can record every month. So again, free, which we're talking about saving money, or you can buy their really low cost monthly subscription if you're going to do a lot of those. So that is a helpful. Right, exactly. Loom. You get a star by your name, Diane. Thank you for doing that for me. I appreciate that. Yeah, Loom is awesome. Okay, so the last one. So we went over just now. Make sure I answered. Anybody has any questions on this? But again, trying to do all the things yourself so you don't focus on sales or what you do best. So again, if your job in your company, maybe you have people doing, you know, like your accounting and bookkeeping, whatever. But if your job is bookkeeping, keep doing what you do. And if you love doing that, that's awesome. But if your job as the face of your business is to bring in more clients, you need the time to cultivate relationships and to follow up on things, create your proposals, right? And I'm guilty of that. I think, oh, let me get to that. And I don't do the things that are most important, bringing in revenue from a business sometimes. I prioritize other things. So it's really important that we try not to do everything ourselves. We hire the people who do what you do best, or do what they do best, so they can bless you so you can do what you do best. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, so that's important. That's number 4. And number 5, drum roll. Oh, in fact, there is a really cool little tool in here. I have to share this with you. Can you hear it? Ready? Yeah. Okay. Let me know if you heard that. This is a Wave Video. I actually am an affiliate of theirs. Love, love, love them. But they just added live streaming about 6 or 7 months ago to their platform. So not only can you do awesome things with video, but now you can do live streaming and has all these really cool things. So watch this. Did I do it? Come on. It's supposed to say "badum ching," but they also have crowd cheering. It's awesome. Okay, here we go. That's kind of cute. Okay, so I know I'm being goofy. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Hey, April, you're actually you're gonna watch on the replay, but we're actually still live. So if you're here at the good time, I love it. Yes, it is kind of fun, right? Yay. I'm a geek. Okay. Yes, the crowd goes wild. I love it. Okay, awesome. Oh, on this software, you actually have to say hide every time, so it doesn't replace them like my old software. Okay, yeah, it's so fun. Okay, so the last one, the last of the 5 ways that you can save money building your business is, oh, that was the title. Hello. The 5th one is inconsistent messaging is costing you money. Why? Confused minds don't buy. Okay, what do I mean by this? So when you have, like we talked about earlier, having your experts in silos, meaning they're not talking to each other and their duties are overlapping, you're paying for things that you're being double dipped, if you remember that term, an old tip, double dipping, right? Or you're having your VAs just doing busy work, right? Or they're not, focusing. But if you hire an expert who does messaging strategy, your messaging is going to be the same across the board, and the messaging is clear, so you are attracting your ideal client. You're attracting somebody who thinks or knows, has confidence that you're speaking directly to them, right? You want your people to know that, wow, they feel my pain. They get me. They understand what I'm going through, or they've been through this before, so I know that they can help me do it, right? So in all your messaging, you want that to be them to be reminded of that every time, and that's by having consistent messaging. So when they see it, they're like, "Oh my gosh, you are my person. You're the one who can solve my pain, who provide a solution for me." Like, you want your ideal client to know deep in their soul that they have to work with you, right? Or their pain won't be resolved, right? So again, this is kind of a little more of an esoteric as well, where, this is a way we waste money, is that we're all over the place, right? We just have to settle, find quiet time. In fact, the book that Diane was referring to was it's called Redeeming Your Time. It talks about how we are to find quiet spaces to let our mind think. And in this day and age, we're constantly being pinged and buzzed and interrupted, basically, mentally, emotionally, fundamentally, and we don't have time to just think and be creative and productive. So, you know how people say, wow, they're just sitting there looking at a lake, right? When you go on vacation, you just stare at the ocean or stare at the lake or sit out in the mountains and just be. That is actually the time you're most productive, right? So again, I guess that could be number 6 in my ways to save money in building your business, is carve out time to think, carve out time to be creative, to just get your divine download so you can be more productive. And I think it's kind of counterintuitive, the whole, oh, I'm busy. Oh, I'm busy. Oh, I'm busy. Well, that's not a badge of honor, right? We say I am busy just as like an easy, like, how are you? I'm busy. I'm busy too. Like, I was just at a client event last night and I ran into someone who I've worked with in the past. And that was our answer. We were both in a rush. We're like, oh, I'm busy. Oh, I'm busy. Okay, bye. Like, really? That's not a real human connection, that we're both busy. We need to find a way to totally connect with people, again, through our messaging, as I'm talking about here, but in a way that people can hear what we do so they can find the solution to the problems that they have, right? Yes. Awesome. All right. So that's pretty much it. I wanted to share those 5 ways to save money when you're building your business, or ways to that people are wasting their money, so they can stop doing that and be more productive and save money so they can grow, right? Because when you have money, you can spend money. They say it takes money to make money, right? And that's because you need the money not only to pay your bills and feed your family, but you need to be able to hire experts to do what you don't want to do, don't want to learn to do, and take you away from your God-given talent of what you provide, the goodness that you provide to the world, right? So, oh, I'm so glad. Yes. Um, they are. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It says, can you see my icon? I must be on silent. Yeah, I guess it wasn't allowing even your picture to show. So I don't even know who this is, but thank you so much for being on the show. That is so awesome. So that is it for today. I really appreciate you being here today. And next week on Tuesday, what is next week? Goodness sakes. I have my list of the different things I'm going to be talking about. Let me look and see just for funsies. My next one is, next week is November 22nd, also at noon. So it's going to be on Tuesday noon. My next one is on 5 reasons that being an introvert is a benefit to your business. Some people will say they're an introvert or is an extrovert with an introvert, or they're an introvert with an extrovert. Like they might have like tendencies of both, right? Because I don't think we're 100% of anything, right? But people say, sometimes they tell me like, well, I just don't have a big personality like you, Mary. Like I can't get out there and do this. I can't show up and share my message or whatever. And I'm like, no, no, no. Actually, being an introvert is actually very beneficial to your business. And if you tune in next week on the 22nd at noon, I'll be sharing why those five ways, if you're an introvert, I should say that again, 5 reasons being an introvert is a benefit to your business. So I hope you will join me. I hope you will share this along with any friends that you think is valuable. And until then, I really appreciate everyone who is on live. Thank you guys so much. Oh, I so appreciate it. I think you're full of wisdom too, girl. And I can't wait to work with you. So thank you again, everybody. Have a blessed week. And I can't believe Thanksgiving's coming up. Let me know in the comments after I sign off what you are thankful for this month. I know we're thankful every day, but what are you focusing on? I think sometimes if we focus on gratitude, then our mind opens again. We become more productive when we focus on the good things in life. So let me know what you're thankful for. And until next week, have a good one and be brilliant in all you do. Okay, bye.